I call the next part of the Dinner Special podcast the pressure cooker. I'm going to ask you 7 fast and fun questions that we want to know your answers to. Are you up for it?
I am up for it.
Awesome. Okay, number 1. Which food shows or cooking shows do you watch?
You know what? I actually don't watch any because I'm not a TV person, so I totally don't watch any. Although my kids did love to watch Barefoot Contessa. That was on quite a bit. I actually bought my first kid when he was like your kid's age, maybe a little older, but like I bought him the series of Barefoot Contessa because he loved it so much. It was
Wow.
like next to Sesame Street, it was Barefoot Contessa. Yeah.
Awesome. he's a foodie from a young age.
Yeah, he has his cooking merit badge. He's a good one.
Wow. Number 2. What are some food blogs or food websites we have to know about?
Oh, well, okay. I should do more exploring there. But I tend to read either ones of people that are just so amazing, like that everybody knows, like Smitten Kitchen and David Leibovitz, and I also love the ones of people that I have met, like when I went to the Savor event a couple years ago. Molly Ye from My Name Is Ye, she's amazing, and Cynthia from Two Red Bulls. Her photography is so great. Josh from Culinary Brodown is really the funniest person on earth. I love him, even though actually when I met he was like this UCLA kid and I'm like this mama for, right? So like it's Chinese grandma, and he's like, oh, so you're a grandma? And I said, no, Josh, I'm not a grandma. And I tried not to like make him feel bad, but of course I felt pretty ancient, and but he is hilarious, and I love him. So yeah, all kinds of great people. Naz Jaravian, who writes Spot on the Pod, who was on your show, and Emma, who was also on My Darling Lemon Time. So anyway, there's so many. I love when you kind of know the people. It's also even more fun to see their work and read their work.
Right, for sure. Okay, number 3. Who do you follow on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat that make you happy?
Yes. Well, my nieces and nephews are huge on it, and they're awesome. But in the food world, gosh, I mean, Cynthia is amazing. Her photography from Two Red Bulls. Valentina, who's also on your show from Hortus Natural Cuisine. Her photography is gorgeous. I do love seeing people's photography, even though it makes me feel a little bit bad about my own. But of course, you know, Instagram is all about the joy in photography. So I love that.
Perfect. Number 4. What is the most unusual or treasured item you have in your kitchen?
Oh, I mean, I have all the usual stuff, but back there on my stove, I always have my my popcorn maker out because I've got 4 kids and they like popcorn. But I used to do the air popper for years, and of course, microwave popcorn we all know is filled with horrendous stuff. But my brother and sister-in-law had given me this Jiffy Pop, and you know it's got the little crank handle, and it's genius. And I mean, they eat a lot of popcorn, so they should know. But it really is genius because you don't with the air popper, then you have to like go melt the butter and put all that on, and it never gets distributed evenly. And with the Jiffy Pop, because you pop the popcorn in oil, you really don't need to add anything except salt. And I also love it because I make kettle corn. And if you use a regular pot, it is prone to scorching because the sugar kind of scorches the bottom. But if you use the Jiffy Pop and you're stirring, it doesn't scorch, and you get this perfect kettle corn. And that's so awesome to make in like 3 seconds at home. A giant bowl of it, and the kids love it.
Awesome. Number 5. Name one ingredient you used to dislike that you now love.
Anchovies. I mean, I think I did. I don't even know if I even ate anchovies as a kid, but you know, you're kind of always like scared of them on pizza when you go. But as an adult, I love anchovies, and if ever I can get like Caesar salad with anchovies, I love it. But I also learned from going to Italy and that how powerful flavor it is, and how much umami we know now is in it, and just that really intense saltiness, but it's deeper than saltiness. But anchovies are awesome. I like to sneak them in my pasta sauce when nobody's looking. You know? I love them.
Great. Number 6. What are a few cookbooks that make your life better?
Okay. The River Cafe, they've got two books. I think here they're called Italian Easy and Italian Too Easy. But Rose Gray and Ruth Rogers started this restaurant in London decades ago, and it's kind of like Chez Panisse here. It really, like, so many people. Jamie Oliver, I think, worked at the River Cafe, and all kinds of people have come out of it, just like all kinds of amazing chefs have come out of the Chez Panisse kitchen here. And it's Ruth Rogers and Rose Gray. Neither of them, I don't know if they were either of them were trained chefs, but they had a passion for ingredients and technique, and they went they sourced all their stuff from Italy. They would go study how the bread was made and the pasta, but all of that, like, they were hyper intense, but they have these cookbooks that are so accessible, and they have recipes that are like mozzarella, arugula, balsamic, and figs or something, and like, that's the recipe, and you're thinking that's like brilliant, it's like you don't need a lot of technique. It's just like, put these flavors together, it's going to be awesome. And I just think that those cookbooks, like Barefoot Contessa, I love her, and I love her because she was a caterer, and I don't tend to love the chef cookbooks because they don't, they're not geared toward the home cook, and who has that kind of time? I know I don't. And so I love the people that are all about accessibility with food. And so and like Barefoot Contessa, she had a catering operation, and all this stuff is tried and true. I mean, it always works. I love the stuff that I can count on.
Awesome. And finally, number 7, what song or album just makes you want to cook?
Well, I have these playlists on my iPod, and depending on what mood I'm in when I'm cooking, and also who's around. So I've got a chill mix, which is awesome. I like to groove out when I'm cooking because it's very meditative. And then I've got a dance mix because I love to dance, and if I'm feeling a little like I want to really rock out in the kitchen. But and then if no one's around, which is rare, and it's like you grow up with kids in the house, and it's like, when my kids were little, I listened to the Wiggles like ad nauseum, and all that kid music. But when it's me by myself, I pull out I listen to Missy Elliott, and I pull out stuff that I can't play with. That's awesome. I love that.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Lilian. You have officially survived the pressure cooker.
Gabriel, writing is my thing. I can't get on camera. In my voice, I'm scared to listen to it.